Okay, so so they were excited for a few days, but they had to know that was coming. And I feel kind of bad for those smaller companies that were probably kind of waiting to see what DJI was going to do. And they probably waited as long as they could. But when they finally said that they were going to release their drones, then about a week later, DJI comes and squashes all of their hopes and dreams. Hey guys, how's it going? So the other day I had to go on the road for work, and on the way home I took a back road to get some footage of the Missouri River. There's this nice little area down by where I was at that had a little picnic area. You could stand right above the Missouri River, and I wanted to get some drone footage of that, and so I did. But while I was there, I was checking through my news feed, and one of the bloggers that I follow, one of the drone bloggers, his name is Droning On, he posted an article that said he has a source that has never been wrong before that claims that on July 18th, DJI is going to release the Mavic Pro 2. Now, when I first read that, I got really excited because this is the day that I've been waiting for, and I think many of you guys have been as well. But then after a few minutes, I kind of dialed back my excitement, my enthusiasm, because I remembered what happened a few months ago with a certain Twitter user that I'm sure you all know by now, and his name is Osita LV, where he posted some images and some drawings and some rumors, and it turned out to be all wrong, all incorrect. And Osita LV has actually spoken up now here in the last couple of days, and he released some more sketches and some more rumors and things like that. So, you know, I will never trust that guy again. But I do think that there's enough people right now out there that have some inside information that are starting to leak it out. And so although I remain skeptical, as you should, I think that there's a really good chance that on July 18th, we're going to see the Mavic Pro 2. Now, I've been kind of waiting to release this video, and what I'm going to tell you guys today is not a guess. I'm not going to try to predict what's going to be on the Mavic Pro 2, but what I do want to tell you guys is what I hope there is on the Mavic Pro 2. So this is my wish list for the Mavic Pro 2. And there's some things that I think need to be on there, that should be on there, and there's some things that I hope are on there, but if they're not, it's not a deal breaker for me. And then there's one thing, one single thing, that if it's not on the Mavic Pro 2, I will not buy it. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If this is your first time here, my name is Russ, and this is 51 Drones. Feel free to click on that subscribe button if you want to learn all about drones and reviews of them, tutorials, comparisons, and all sorts of stuff like that. Also, if I give you anything of value today or I entertain you in any way, please click on that thumbs up button and let me know that you liked it. So over the next few weeks, you're going to see all kinds of YouTube videos, blog postings, articles, and things like that where people are predicting what's coming on July 18th, 2018. Some of them are going to be clickbait and some of them might be legitimate, but the most important thing is they're all going to be entertaining for sure. What I'd like to do with this video today, like I said, is tell you what my wish list is for the Mavic Pro 2. Now, I'm not predicting what's going to happen, and I'm not making any speculation or guesses. I'm just telling you guys what I would like to see on there and what would make me buy the Mavic Pro 2 if it is released on July 18th. So first of all, let's start with the camera. Now, the first thing that I'd like to see on the camera, and most people already have said this, is 4K at 60 frames per second. The ability to get 4K footage at 60 frames per second is vital. It's the future. 4K is the future, 60 FPS is the future, and if Autel can do it, certainly DJI can do it. And so that's the first thing I'd like to see on the camera. Secondly, I would like to see a bigger sensor size. You know, most people have said that it's difficult to put a 1-inch sensor on a drone and keep it compact, but there's a couple more sizes of sensors that they could put in there that would give us a higher dynamic range and better quality images. For instance, I think they could get away with putting a 2/3 inch sensor on there, which would definitely give us a better opportunity to get high quality images and video. Next thing I'd like to see with the camera is I'd like to see an adjustable aperture. Now, the Mavic Pro and the Mavic Air currently don't have an adjustable aperture, it's fixed, but if they could make it so it's adjustable, that would give us the full triangle of exposure and give us so much more creative control. So I would love to see that on there. And finally, the last thing with the camera, I'd like to see them beef up the gimbal, and I think we can all agree this is going to happen because they've already done it with the Spark and they've already done it with the Mavic Air. So that's it for the camera part of the drone. Let's move on to some things that I'd like to see on the drone itself. Okay, so as far as the drone itself, the first thing that really needs to be on there for me is 360-degree obstacle avoidance. Forwards, backwards, to the port side and the starboard side, and also vertical obstacle avoidance. Now, according to Osita LV, making his famous predictions, he said that that's on there. And as far as all of it goes, the most important thing for me is vertical obstacle avoidance. And the reason is I fly around trees quite a bit. And having the ability to have that vertical obstacle avoidance where if I'm flying underneath the tree canopy and I either hit return to home or the fail-safe return to home kicks in, I want to have the confidence to know that my drone's not going to go up into a tree branch. And so that's really important for me. You know, as far as having forwards and backwards, we already have that with the Mavic Air. And then you add the sideways, you know, left and right obstacle avoidance. That makes it nearly impossible to crash your drone. And I think that's really important to have, especially with the explosion of new drone pilots that's going to come in the next few years here. I think it's important that obstacle avoidance is all the way around, top and bottom. Now, in relation to that, and I'm kind of jumping ahead of myself here, it's in relation to software. I'd like to see an enhanced version of the APAS system. On the Mavic Air, we have the APAS, which allows you to fly up to obstacles, and the Mavic Air will determine if it needs to go above or around those obstacles. And it's really cool, but I think it could be better. I'd like to be able to fly a little bit faster and still have that APAS mode. The last thing that I'd really like to see on the Mavic Pro 2 is a longer battery life, and I think all of you will agree with me. Now, I'm pretty satisfied with getting about 19 or 20 minutes with my Mavic Pro on a good day, and I rarely go over 3 batteries, but there have been times where I've wanted to fly longer. And I can charge my batteries, and that's great, that works great, but wouldn't it be better to just have 1 or 2 batteries and be able to fly a longer period of time? So I'm hoping to see about 27 to 30 minutes of flight time with the Mavic Pro 2. Now, there's also some other things that I'd like to see on the Mavic Pro 2 that'd be really cool to have, but they're not going to be a deal breaker for me if they're not on there. Okay, first thing, updated software or new software. I'm sorry, but the DJI Go 4 app sucks for 2 reasons. Number 1, it takes so long to say DJI Go 4 app. So come up with something new, call it something new, so we can just say 1 syllable, okay? Now that's an easy one. Second thing, my DJI Go 4 app crashes all of the time. I use Android. I know that people with iOS have less trouble, but I would say 50% of the time when I'm flying my Mavic Air or my Mavic Pro, the DJI Go 4 app crashes. And I've had 3 different phones since I've gotten my Mavic Pro, and I've had trouble with every single one of them. So I don't think it's the phone, I think it's the software. So please update the software, make it better, make it more stable. That's important. Next, I think when you release a new product, you should update its look as well. And so I'd like to see a more stylish, more sleek design, you know, maybe on the lines of like a Corvette or something like that. But I definitely think it needs to look cooler. I gotta admit, the Autel Evo looks pretty cool. So I'm hoping that the Mavic Pro 2 looks a little more sleek and stylish than the current Mavic Pro. Now, one thing that I'd really like to see on there, and I almost put this on the first part of my video where it's kind of imperative that it's on there, but the reason I put it in this section is because I'm not sure it can actually be done. But what I would like to see is the ability to transfer high definition photos and videos right to my mobile device. So right now when we're flying the Mavic Pro and the Mavic Air, you know, we can download the Wi-Fi, the stream for the video feed from the drone, but we can't transfer the high definition images from the drone to our mobile device. And I think that would be really cool and really necessary as we move towards mobile editing. You know, right now Adobe released their Rush software, which allows you to do your video editing right on your mobile device. I mean, how cool is that? And then Instagram just released a new program. And wouldn't it be nice to edit your videos right on your mobile device rather than taking out the card, putting it in your computer, opening up your editing software, editing it, saving it, transferring it back to your mobile device, and then uploading it to Instagram or whatever. I just think that we could remove all of those steps if we could just hold the mobile device right up to the... I think we could remove all of those steps. Don't you think it would be much easier if we could skip a whole bunch of those steps? I'm by the zoo. That's a gibbons, in case you're wondering. Okay, I think we got far enough away from the zoo. Like I was saying, wouldn't it be really cool if we could skip some of those steps as far as editing goes and upload right to our social media? And all it would take is something as simple as NFC, where we could tap the phone right on the drone and it would upload those images and that video. A couple more things, weather resistant. You know, when I say weather resistance, I don't mean I want the ability to fly in a rainstorm or a windstorm or blizzard or something like that. When I say weather resistant, what I mean is moisture proof electronic components. I like to fly in the wintertime when it's below 0, and when I bring my drone in the house, there's a lot of condensation that happens on the outside of the drone and probably on the inside of the drone. So I would like to have the confidence to know that when I transfer my drone from ice cold temperatures into my house and there's condensation, I want to be able to know that it's not going to wreck the electronic components inside the drone. Next, in regards to the controller. Now I kind of like the Mavic Pro controller. I really don't have any complaints about it except one. Now many of you probably watched my video that I posted a while ago because you sure let me have it and let me know how stupid I was. But what I was doing is sometimes I would plug in the charging cord upside down, and over time what happened is that little lip inside that port broke off and I had to order a new controller. Well, I probably didn't have to, but I did. And one of my biggest issues is that DJI is still using micro USB instead of USB-C or something else. But even better, why don't they just get rid of the wires altogether? I would like to see Bluetooth connection between the mobile device and the controller. They can do it with the Osmo Mobile 2, and many other gimbals out there. So why can't they do it from the mobile device to the drone controller? Now, like I said, I'm not sure if they can do that. If you guys know if they can, let me know down in the comments. Now there's one last thing, the most important thing that needs to be on the Mavic Pro 2 in order for me to even consider purchasing it. And I saved this one for last for two reasons. Number one, so you would watch this whole video, and secondly, because I'm really passionate about it and I really think it needs to be on there. Okay, so when I got my Mavic Pro about 18 months ago, the last thing that I was concerned about was how loud it was. All I was caring about was getting photos and videos and just having fun with it. And I kind of actually enjoyed it when people would come up to me and say, hey, is that a drone? That's really cool. But now over the past year and a half, I've had a lot more experience in dealing with people as I fly my drone. And I have to say that one of the most important things for me is remaining as inconspicuous as possible. That's my greatest complaint about the Mavic Air. It's so stinking loud. And when it goes up in the air, everyone says it sounds like a swarm of killer bees. And it just puts people on edge. So I want the Mavic Pro 2 to be as quiet as possible. It has to be quieter. And to take that a step further, one thing that I kind of would like to see on it is stealth mode. The ability to switch it into quiet mode. So it might reduce the performance a little bit, but I'm okay with that. But just have normal volume, a little bit less than the Mavic Pro now when you're flying it normally, and then being able to put it into stealth mode and just fly around quietly and maybe almost like tripod mode. But I think that would be really cool. But bottom line, it needs to be quieter, and significantly quieter than the Mavic Air, and at least 3 or 4 decibels quieter than the Mavic Pro. It really is a deal breaker for me. If it's not quieter, I'm not getting it. All right guys, so there's my wish list for the Mavic Pro 2. What I'd like to know from you guys is down in the comments, give me your top 5 things that needs to be on the Mavic Pro 2 in order for you to consider buying it. And is there anything that, if it's not on there, you wouldn't even consider it? Just a reminder, if I give you anything of value today, or at least I entertained you in some way, please click on that thumbs up button. It really helps out this channel. Let me know that you liked it. And if you didn't like it, go ahead and click on that thumbs down button. I'm okay with that. But if you do that, I ask that you please let me know in the comments why you did so. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and click on that subscribe button and join this fun, interactive drone community. I want to thank you guys sincerely for watching today. And as always, fly safe and fly smart.